and welcome from wherever you're watching from. My name is Janet Kiriswo, and this is the Public Relations Show, and we are going to be talking about PR and understanding more of what PR entails and removing the misconception and the perception that people have with public relations. I'm a PR officer by profession. I like to call myself a PR guru, having experienced and actually seen how PR works. Now, the main reason for this is to ensure that I pick the mind of organizations, the CEOs, the employer, the employee, and the client, and the benefits that come with public relations. Now, join me as we go through a series of understanding public relations, and much later, how public relations can work in your organization, and much later, we have people who have practically used public relations to benefit their organizations and businesses. Now, welcome. What is public relations? Someone will ask. It is very important to understand that public relations is not as lightly as you take it as propaganda. No, it is something very different. Public relations, especially when applied from an angle of professionalism, will give you the benefits that you didn't know you needed in your business. Welcome as you go along. Now, public relations or PR is the state of relationship between the organization or the company and the public. Public relations at the same time works to ensure that the image of the organization, the image of the company is seen positively from the public view. At the same time, public relations strengthens your sustainability in terms of what you're offering as an organization and as a company to the public. Now, let's dive in. What is the difference between public relations and marketing? Because someone will argue, why do I need a public relations officer in my organization? I already have a marketer. I already have a communication department. Well, gone are the days where public relations was ignored. And gone are the days where a marketing department will help an organization singly, or a communication department. Nowadays, they work hand in hand. The public relation works hand in hand with the marketing department and the communication department. But how? You will argue. Number one, understand that the marketing department deals with driving sales. It drives sales through products and through the services that your organization offers. That is solely what the marketing department does. But the PR department comes in and sees how these sales are rising. Are these sales stagnant? How are you driving these products out there? How are you driving these services out there? You see? And then at the same time, the communication department. Someone will argue, I already have a communication department. And we know communication department helps in writing and ensuring there is a posting of products and services in the media. Yes. But a PR department ensures that the communication department sustains, maintains, and brings it out the way it's supposed to be. So, if your organization lacks a PR department, then you are lacking in a big way. Now, this is what brings conflict between the marketing department, the communication department, and the PR department in an organization. And this is where I come in to ensure that you understand how this can be glued together, can work together, and the main thing is listen to the public relations officer. Now, public relations also is a profession that contains skills, the skills of marketing, the skills of communication, the skills of advertising, the skills of communicating. A PR person is well-rounded with such skills, vast, and knows how to adjust all round. Now, why a PR person or a PR officer? because they have skills of flexibility. The flexibility will help a public relations officer in your organization overcome a crisis. The flexibility will help this PR person in your organization adjust to your lows and adjust to your highs and help you perform at your lows, at your highs, at your mid. This is a flexible person. A PR person is also a motivated person, because you can't be a PR profession if you're not motivated, if you're not self-driven, if you're not passionate about it. And you cannot get this elsewhere. You have to have that passion to do it, to be able to embrace what makes the CEO have an headache. You're going to make it smooth. What makes the marketing department have a headache, you're going to make it smooth. So let's look at these characters that a PR person should have. Creativity. Creativity should be at most at the peak, because there are different ways of bringing out different things, different services, and different products. Creativity always helps, because you might have been using the same creativity for years, selling the same product the same way, but at some point, the trends are changing, the market is changing, you need to adjust and fit. So a PR officer has the creativity. The other thing, a PR officer possesses skills of adjusting with the coming trends, just like the other point. The coming trends need change. You can't just stay the same way all through. You need to adjust to the coming trends and the changing and the things that are changing here and there. Now, PR also helps the organization understand the opinion from the public. So PR shapes the opinion of the public and also helps the organization understand the perception that the public has with you. Now, the other thing is also, as days go by, when you have a PR officer in your organization, there is something that is always expected. And this person is expected to build a certain culture that goes along with the vision and the mission bearers. So this PR person comes in, looks at what you have as the vision bearer, the mission bearer, and adjusts and make sure that the focus comes down to what you exactly want. That's why I said they have the flexibility. Now, they help build and retain mutual beneficial relationship between the organization and the public. Now, in the next session, I'll explain more of how important this beneficial mutual relationship also goes internally and externally. Now, there are various tools that you can use to better your products and your services in the organization or the company. And let me add that when I speak about organization or companies, I just don't mean the big companies that have been in the market for so long. Even your small business that you just started is a big business to you because it benefits you and it can grow. And nothing is as good as understanding the tools that will help you grow. Now, when I talk about growth, I talk about creating a pattern where you can know, am I growing or am I not growing? I always say businesses, when they are started, you can know you're doing well when you're at 6 months or 1 year, depending on the targets that you've put for yourself. Now let's look at the tools that you need. Majorly, it's all about the media. It's about the press. It's about the social media. It's about the content creation. It's about the media monitoring. It's about analyzing and reporting. These are the tools that you need. Someone will argue, press, social media, media monitoring, are they not the same? That is where I come in. Now, when we talk about social media, everyone is posting. Yeah, we have mushroom soup. Everyone is posting. We do have mushroom soup. But will you keep doing mushroom soup? We have mushroom soup every day. Yes, Now, there are other ways you can do it. And then we have the content creation. Nowadays, people are so creative out there. But how can we put creativity to this mushroom soup that you produce? This mushroom soup that you serve, how can we make it create content? How can we create content out of it? Yeah, that's where I come in. And now, media monitoring. How will you monitor how you're doing in the media if you're not even present in the media? If you're not even putting important departments into tasks, like the communication department, the marketing department, which we've said they work hand in hand with the public relations. So there will be nothing to monitor if you have not applied such. And then the analytics. We all come from a background where we have companies that do surveys, they do research. And let me use the political example, where political party A is more favorable than political party B. Why? Because this company has done its research and has seen that political party A is favorable. That is just an example. So if we are to analyze the organization, what are we analyzing? We just don't come from anywhere and start analyzing or applying these tools. You have to have a background that you have set, that you have put, and now you want to see if it is working. Now, there's also the reporting. What are we reporting about your organization? And remember, all these are in the center, in the anchor point to reach the public. So everything the public relation person does has to reach, has to affect, has to have effects with the public. That is how you succeed, because the public is your client. Now, there are also 8 types of PR that you can apply. And this applies even to the small business, the mama mboga, the githeri person. It applies down there. Now, there are 8 types of public relations, if you are to digest this public relations thing. And then there's the media relations. I've just given you an example through the tools. And then there is the internal communication. And then there's the public affairs. There is the crisis communication. And then there's the social responsibilities. There's the online platform. And then there's the social media communication. And then there's the strategic communication. Now, you'll ask me, why are you confusing? Why are you mixing me up? Now, these things, when broken down, you will get to understand that they are defined differently as far as public relations is concerned. And this is where a public relations guru like me thrive, because I'll help you break it down. Now, as we go along, I hope I am capturing your mind as an organization leader, as an employee, as an employer, and as a client. The reason being I'm saying leader is because I like dealing with leaders. Leaders get to understand. Now, let's try and break this PR and understand better. I talked about media relations, and I've given you previously through the tools how they can help you. Now, let's do the internal communication. That will happen in the next session. And then the social responsibility. How are you relating with the public socially? Are you having the beneficial mutual relationship? Are you benefiting from it? And then we have the online. Is your presence online? Yeah. And then we have the social media communication. Someone will argue. Media relations and then the social media communication. Yes. Because in social media, you're just not there to just post your product and the services that you offer. No, you're also there to interact with the people that you're posting these things to. So, do you have a social media communication? Are you socializing with the public? Are you getting their feedbacks? And what are you doing about it? Now, there's the public affairs. There's the crisis communication. Now, for example, there's a crisis in your organization. How are you doing it? And this can be very dangerous depending on which industry you're in. There is the hospitality industry, and then we have different industries. Imagine a crisis in your organization. Now, this is where people make mistakes. When you hire someone to do the PR who is not a profession, just by virtue that this person has a way with people, is famous, is a public figure, and you think this person will get the work done. Public relations should be taken as public relations professionally. Reason being, a PR person will advise you on how to overcome the crisis without creating damage, and how to ensure that you don't face such crises even after. Now, the other thing is also strategic communication. Like I told you, we cannot start doing your organization analysis if clearly there's nothing to analyze. Did you set a foundation for analysis? We cannot give you a report if you have not set something to be reported. What report are we coming to gather? Now, that is what, as a PR guru, I have for you. And for more about such, we will be expounding in the next session to be able to understand the public relations officers and the public relations expertise. And you need to clearly set aside or put aside the issues to do with propaganda and just hiring a PR person because this person is famous. I hope I've helped you there. Now, the main focus is to have this platform be a study platform for any business organization, and also for students who are pursuing public relations, and also give an understanding of the benefits that come along with applying PR and not applying PR. At the end of the day, you have to count your profit in a justified manner. I would like to thank the production of this program, the Wala Mpekuzi production, and you for making time to watch. Let's meet in the next session. I'm Janet Kiriswo, your public relations guru.